Hey guys, what we're going to be going over today is how to properly clean and lubricate your firearm. I was contacted by Nano Protection. They're a newer company when it comes to bore cleaners, and they sent me some of their product to test and evaluate, so I went ahead and did so. I did a shooting class on Saturday, so I was able to dirty up 3 or 4 of my firearms so that way they would be good for the test to see how well this product actually worked. And I will tell you, compared to like Hoppy's 9 and some of the other products out there that are similar to it, this one by far surpassed them in areas that are important to me. 1, it didn't stink up the house. There was no odor to it at all. 2, it took very little to no time to actually have the product start working inside of the bore. So it cleaned it a whole lot faster than those other products, which 1, saved me time, and 2, saved me other pieces of equipment that I don't have to pay for. Okay? So what we're going to go ahead and do is ensure that the firearm is clear. Okay, we're looking for an empty chamber. We're not looking for ammunition. We're not looking for brass. If you subconsciously tell yourself that, hey, you're looking for brass, you won't notice when there's an actual piece in there. Okay, so we're looking for an empty chamber. Okay, once we go ahead and verify that, yep, it's empty, there's no issues there, we're going to pull down the takedown lever, take the lower off of the slide. All right, and the first step that I normally do, especially if I've shot it a lot, there's going to be a lot of caked up carbon all over the firearm. So I'll just take a toothbrush and I'll just start scrubbing out a lot of the caked up portions, and it kind of helps break it down so it's easier to clean. So I'll just go ahead and do that first with a toothbrush. Once that portion is done, I will take a Q-tip and I will normally put some sort of cleaner on it, and then I will just start lightly scrubbing everything off with the Q-tip until all I see is white and I don't see any other carbon or any of the cleaner left on the gun. So I'll clean it till it's completely dry. Once I am done with the slide, I'll move on to the barrel. And the cool thing about this bore cleaner, all you have to do, so you shake the bottle to ensure everything's getting properly used up. You apply it just like that to your Q-tip, and then you just scrub inside of the barrel. And what I did for this is I let it sit for about 2 to 3 hours, and then when I came back, I ran 2 Q-tips through it and it was completely clean, no issues at all. Okay, so we're actually not getting anything out of that. And good to go. The next thing, your recoil spring, this should not get any form of lubrication on it. This should be the driest part of your firearm. No lubrication goes on your recoil spring. For your lower, there really shouldn't be too much on here, but if there is, take your toothbrush and just lightly go over it, especially where your rails are, because a lot of crud might get underneath there. So just go ahead and break those up. Once you're done breaking those up, take a clean Q-tip and kind of run it over those to ensure that you did not miss anything and that all the carbon and extra buildup is off. Okay. Once that part is done, one thing that I do is the portion where your magazine well is at, where your magazine actually clicks in at, I make sure that that part is clean. Especially if you did some training where you got your magazines pretty dirty, just make sure that that whole magazine area is clean. On the M&P 2.0s, they have a little feed ramp built in. Make sure that that's kind of clean, not necessarily polished, but just make sure that there's no buildup on there. It could cause a couple misfeeds the next time you go out to shoot your firearm. For lubrication, I do not use liquid lubrication. The main reason why, it runs off the firearms. After you shoot it for a long time, very little companies have proper liquid lubrication where it stays on there, and most of the time it'll burn off. So what I've been using for a couple years now is gun grease. The reason why I use gun grease, anything that has metal to metal contact, I put grease on it. So that way the grease is rubbing against grease and it's not causing any necessary wear and tear on my metal parts. So what do I mean by that? So I'll take a Q-tip, get some grease on it, just like that. Okay, you don't want to overdo it. And I'll take that grease and I'll lightly put it over the barrel. Okay, so once it's lightly over the barrel, Okay, I'm going to take the other side of the Q-tip because I don't want to contaminate the grease. And I'm going to get a little bit more out, and I'm going to put it inside of the slide. And where I'm putting that inside of the slide is right where the barrel rides at. And I'm putting it up on these walls, and then right over the top portion where the barrel hood rides. So I'll go ahead and put those in. And what that's going to do to the grease, and my personal experience of working with it, my firearms have thousands of rounds through them, and everybody that looks at them tells me that they either look brand new or they only could have a couple hundred through them. And that's because this gun grease really does reduce the amount of wear and tear that you'll get on your gun parts just by using something that's that simple. Another thing that I'll do with the gun grease, I'll take a little dab of it and just lightly put it on the rails. Very lightly, okay, you're not putting too much at all on it. Okay, and then I will come inside of here on the inner rails of the slide, and I'll just put a little bit on those. So that way, when I put it back together here in a minute, it will work itself in. Okay, and that is it, guys. So how to reassemble your firearm. You're going to just drop it back in, put your recoil spring, and with the M&Ps, they have a little notch where the recoil spring slides right in at. So that way you know that's definitely in correctly. Okay. We'll do a functions check. Okay, it's put back together. If you guys have any questions at all, you guys can message me on Instagram at Shooting It With The Sarge, and you can look for other reviews in the future. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel, so that way you can be made aware of the newer videos that'll be coming out and some of the new projects that I have in the works. Guys, take it easy. Remember, with the Nano detergent bore cleaner, it gets my thumbs up. This will probably replace the other bore cleaners that I have exclusively, and I'll be switching over to this. Guys, take it easy. Sarge out.